Welcome back to War Thunder and welcome to the preview of the two, final World War II Chronicle reward vehicles, the Lorraine 155 Mle.50. But before I talk excessively a little bit about this, I also want to present you the Whirlwind P9. So first of all, I like the look of the plane, like the tech tree version. It looks like a prop diet version of the German Me-262, and the color, the paint job, is a bit weird. It looks like a German captured one from the bottom, a bit yellow golden. And the stats, the armor and the engines are absolutely copy and paste currently from the Whirlwind Mark 1, which sits also a 0.3 battle rating higher for whatever reason. Now again, this is a preview, the stats might slightly change, but just to have a rough look at it. So first of all, let's have a look at the model compared to the tech tree version. It's more of the same. The only stat that actually changes is the amount of ammunition. So if we go to the X-ray, you can see here the 60 rounds for the Hispano-Mark 1s, and here we have the 121 rounds for the also Hispano-Mark 1s, and the engines are copy and paste at the moment. I'm not sure if this is a placeholder or this is the final version. Also, we don't have any sort of bombs at the moment, and I have not really played it, so if anything is different in terms of flight model, I don't see it in the stats. Of course, stat cards in War Thunder for planes are their special own story, but let's go back to the Lorraine 155 Mle.50. This is a fun little tank. I love to drive around it. It's really fast, 23 horsepower per ton ratio nearly, with 60 kilometers an hour top speed, which you actually can see. 15 to 16 kilometer in reverse, neutral steering, fast response. It's just really nice. The next thing is the armor, and yeah, 30 millimeters at best. Don't get hit, but you're also a huge target, so you're not an M56 Scorpion that can hide behind, you know, a single barrel or whatnot. It's partially open topped, so be aware of enemy planes and also artillery strikes when they're incoming. Just get the hell out of there. The biggest drawback is not the reload of 20 seconds, which is fast, much faster than on the KV2, which has the same battle rating, 4.3, but it's rather the absolute lack of gun depression. I mean, you know, you get laughed at for the lack of gun depression by Russian tanks. Just saying. And then there's also the limited gun traverse of just like 5 degrees to each side. So if you get tracked or immobilized because, you know, the transmission is in the front, that's it. You know, you're not a tortoise that has much more freedom with the gun traverse. We have 5 crew members and a lot of ammunition lying around in the tank. When you get penetrated and the ammunition just gets touched, it explodes. Yeah, and then there's also this 20 millimeter gunner. And there are currently apparently a lot of bug reports out, so it seems like the tank gets a slight rework with 5 degrees of gun depression. I hope so, because this would make a huge difference. And also the 20 millimeter gunner should get more effectiveness. So currently we have 25 millimeters of penetration for the API rounds, and well, we also have a limited elevation angle, which is less than the one on the gun. So very often the elevation of the turret mounted gun is the same as on the gun as of the machine gun, so they are tied to each other. On this one it's actually just 25 degrees, something like this, for the 20 millimeter, which is a German MG 151-20, and yeah, we'll see how it might change with the elevation. Then it would be a viable option to really go after aircraft. At this time it's more like, you know, you're making the planes aware that you are there, and then they come after you with bombs, rockets, cannons, machine guns, and that is not that helpful for you, as I just showed in the armor. Then we come to the shells, and yeah, we just have 1 HE shell and 1 smoke shell. Smoke shell rather useless, so this is the one to go. 53 millimeters of penetration due to 6.6 2 kilograms of TNT filling. Muzzle velocity is not the highest. You should range find, you should know your distances, you should try to hit the enemy tank on the turret so it splashes down, except if you have enough penetration to just go through the armor, like on a T-34 for instance, or AAA vehicle, whatever. So you could see I played this a little bit, and I have some footage for you. So again, the stats might not be final. This is something that I would consider a preview. I wanted to make a tank review, but at the moment I just think I cannot really trust the stats. Nevertheless, the tank is fun. Let's have a look at it, how it actually plays. So, and the first kind of battle that I wanted to show you to really bring you into the mood of this is here on this fantastic map that I haven't played in ages, I think because of the battle rating. 4.3 is really good, and I think we'll see a lot of people at higher battle ratings trying to dub, well, any sort of high tier tank. Yeah, currently with the lack of gun depression, it's not that nice. However, look at how fast this tank goes and where I am on the minimap compared to my team. Now, the scene that I'm going to show you here, or what you're about to see, you should take with a grain of salt, because we're facing the Germans, and the Germans do not really have that many, well, tanks that can rush forward with the same speed as you, because then you would have a problem. Even if you come across any sort of SPA to get gun on it, and you know, to get out of this situation unharmed, undamaged, and also unseen, is very unlikely. So even if you come across a Russian potato truck, you know, it's an adventure of itself. So I'm going forward very, very boldly. It has nothing to do with me just trying it for the lols. This is for science. Trust me, I'm from Germany. This is gonna be fun. I never said that. So, and there are the first customers arriving, and they have no idea that I'm there. And there's also the German premium captured KV-1 with the German gun, and look at this. Oh, this is fantastic. Now, as you also can see, you have no artillery strike. I mean, you are the artillery, but you also have no spotting, and yeah, also have no smoke launchers, just a smoke gun. And I'm not quite sure what I should do. So I got shot here, it seems like by one of my teammates. I want to eliminate this guy. Oh, that is just boom. And the reload is okayish actually. So the Japanese tank is hesitating. He has no idea that I'm there, and he's just moving forward. He's actually going up the slope. I cannot have this, and we eliminate him. So once you hit and penetrate a lightly armored tank, it's just game over. I still would love to have the option of some sort of solid shot or armor piercing high explosive, whatever, but I think this is cherry picking for such a tank. And there is another one. Well, there was another Panzer, and the only one that is left is the KV-1. Now let's see if we can splash him. And he's just murdering his way through, well, the Russian lines. And I just tracked him. And now I have a problem. And I realize it. I want to get the hell out of there. But, you know, this is a Russian tank with a German gun. Ouch. But I have to say it was fun. And now we are on the most perfect tank map ever, Karelia. At first I thought to myself, oh god, what can I do with this tank with the lack of gun depression, or the non-existence of any sort of gun depression on this hilly map where, you know, the first scene is where it goes rather down, You know, climbing rocks is not the solution, man. And so I tried to get out of there. But then I thought to myself, ooh, we have a problem here. German snipers already arrived. So again, very, very aggressive going forwards. If somebody's coming around there, I just have one shot, and that's all that I can do. And there you can see this German Panzer IV team there is ripping apart our tanks because they just are on the sniping positions, and our tanks come out of the spawn zone one by one. So here I tried to prepare an ambush. Just notice how I wiggled myself up the back of the wall to get some sort of fake gun depression, but then I was curious if there is any German tank at all. And no, there isn't, but I got an artillery strike, so get the hell out of there. Now you have to drive this tank in many ways, like a Hellcat or a Super Hellcat. Eliminate the enemy without getting seen, and if necessary, if you get spotted, then you know, reposition. But I couldn't resist a shot here, and of course I missed. I was just a split second too slow, and the tank heard the shell whizzing by. And of course he aims for me and not the T-34, but gladly I just got, you know, knockout of the gun barrel. So this was more luck than real judgment. Some might say as usual, but you know, of course this is me, I'm the best tanker EU. So please don't take it serious. I mean, there are people out there that believe every word that I say. Come on guys, you should know by now. And then the T-34 and the Panzer III are in a, well, some sort of dogfight, and I changed the rules. And despite the spaced armor, despite the rather okay frontal armor, I just one-shot the Panzer III with the splash. So I reversed up the slope. I'm nearly finished with the reload. So you see there is a big possibility to use it for the one-shot capability. And oh look, German snipers. Let's see what we can do about them. Well, I warned him. I gave him actually a warning to see if he notices me. He actually drove forward, but I just wanted to kill him. And then there is a Panzer IV coming. So can we reload before he sees us? Well, he doesn't expect us. He didn't see where that shot was coming from. I aim for the turret front, and easy as that. You can see the damage output, the splash damage. It's absurd. So another Panzer IV got killed. So now the Panzer IV dying is rolling on. And I'm just curious, where is the sniper on top? What is that? Well, that is one vehicle that is rather usually difficult to kill, and there is a Panzer IV. So I want to turn around to engage him, to kill him, and yeah, I couldn't go up the slope, and just wanted to see what's going on. Get shot from the rear, my gun drive is out, my gun breach, and I want to just throw myself onto this Panzer IV, but he gets taken out by the T-34 that I think, was it the very same T-34 that I saved previously? Yeah, now it's again repair time. I'm down to 2 crew members, so I have no 20mm anymore. Now it was a substantial hit, and I'm rather curious what's going to happen next. So I had a few kills. You could see I was able to get into a very unexpected position. But then again, I think I could have done the very same shots with a Hellcat. And then he goes into the smoke, but I remember the exact position. Again, the lack of gun depression, I have to go even further down. I pull the trigger and we land a big hit into the smoke, driver, transmission and track. So let's see if we can reload before he can see us. Pre-aim. Patience is a very important feature that you need to have. And we one-shot him for our 5th kill. Just like that. So now I just wanted to make you aware of the problem with the aircraft. I have no 20mm left. I want to get the hell out of there. There is now a German tank destroyer about to be reloaded. And just machine gun rounds took out my gunner. I'm down to 2 crew members. And while the artillery strike didn't do me any harm, what can I do now about the aircraft? It just turns around for another attack run. I hoped for another kill if this guy would have, you know, come over the ridgeline. But I'm just in an artillery strike again. And remember, this is a big tank. And so I actually get taken out by an artillery strike. So now I want to show you again a battle on Carpathians. And my internet was bad. My internet was really bad. And so it was all the more amusing how it turned out. So, you know, ping got up and down, packet loss got up and down, and this is now a battle from the other side as on the first scene that I showed you, and I'm really fast. I can keep up with the Cromwells, and I'm nearly twice the size, so I'm actually slightly faster than them, but you know, just to give you some sort of comparison. It's really fun when you drive this thing around. Like, I think I've rarely seen such a monstrous tank being that fast. I love it. I honestly love it. And there I see my first Russian customers. So this is now where the internet goes wild. I had to show it to you. And let's see what we can do about this T-34. Is he moving forwards? Hit, critical hit, tank destroyed. So that was a bit of a lag. And I actually splashed. I'm not quite sure if you noticed this, but I also splashed another tank without doing too much damage to it. But I'm bypassing again here the capture zone. It's the capture zones that you die in. It's really the places around it. So again, a big tip to German teams: avoid the capture zones and just go around it. So you can see the internet goes wild again, but I tried to position myself and just want to wait for the ambush. Somebody coming around again, wedging up myself against the, well, rock here, and just being an assault gun. The internet is really funny today. Now, in the most battles today, it actually was quite good, but it was actually, of course, this battle that I had the most kills, the most fun in, which just shows the good sides of the tank when my internet was going crazy, as usual, right? Yeah. I'm jealous for everybody that has normal internet, right? So nothing's going really on here. The capture zone is safe, and I'm playing with the thought to go around and just look what's there in C. And then I see a bit of action going on the front. I haven't seen a tank there. This KV-1 has some weird moves, so I thought it might be a bot. The last time I played this map excessively, there were a lot of bots, but you know, KV-1, it's a tricky target in the first place, and there is my actual customer, a T-50, and he tries to shoot me, but I shot him first. So I think I don't bother with the KV-1. And I just turn around for some easier targets. Now again, you could aim for the back of the turret, letting it splash down on the engines, or the side of the turret, hoping to blow up some ammo racks. But you know, it's Russian tanks, it's notoriously unreliable. And let's see what we have here. I'm range finding here. You should take your time to make sure that the shots go in. And that was really nice. So that's another nice kill, and you could see the splash damage is awesome. But you have the same, you have it even better with the Sturmpanzer 2, and you also have it with the KV2, and there are a lot of other tanks. But I think the Lorraine has the combination of mobility. It can get itself out of positions and into positions, and it has a quite nice reload. So here I try to kill the KV1, but then a T-34 comes along, and I'm playing with the thought, should I kill him, you know, should I kill the KV1? And then I go for the KV1, and yeah, didn't make the shot count. He has no idea where the shot came from. I mean, look at the map where I am. This is such an unusual position, but thanks to my mobility I could go there. Also, you know, the surrounding could allow me to get the gun on target. Should I go for the T-34? Yes, and that is actually an ammunition explosion and will remove him. So, really nice shot. But in this situation you have to think yourself, could I have done the same with a Panzer IV F2? Just ask yourself, is it really the derp that you're after? Sometimes you are. And that was an ammunition hit, and that was my ace. So now I have cleared the middle, my team can now capture it, and there is a Russian potato flak truck and also another Russian tank with a 76mm gun. I have no idea what it is. Could be a T-34 or a KV1. And I'm just waiting. I give them a chance to get out of their security comfort zone, and that was a nasty hit actually on a crew member, and that was total devastation on the 94 KM-CIS-12. That was rather brutal, but satisfying. Brutal but satisfying. You know what I'm talking about. And I think then I'm going to reposition myself, and I'm thinking to myself, what's with B? Can I help there? And then watch this. The KV1 goes wild, goes forth and back, the turret rotates and stops to rotate, so I take my shot on the T-34 that didn't move around like crazy. I go somewhat into cover from the KV1. I have no idea if he noticed where the shot was coming from, but to get out of line of sight is important. And yeah, I'm already reloaded. So there is the KV1. Now there is a funny thing going on with my internet. You see, sometimes tanks can have a weird connection compared to my client, and this results in this. Despite the ping and the packet loss being good, this guy isn't synchronous with me, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just like, what? So again, there are some Russian tanks in the middle. Now they have all three caps. My team has more or less collapsed. And I just wanted to get my gun on this, well, T-34, but I just set him on fire and do a lot of damage, but I didn't kill him. Just hit him a bit too far in the rear for a killing shot. And then I reverse. And I'm listening right now, and I hear the KV1, and he's now on the other side of the rock. That's weird. So I go forward again. It's really weird, and then I get shot in the back. That's nasty. And so I die a horrible, horrible death. Could have been more kills, I guarantee you, if I wouldn't have gone for the damn cap. So at the end, I just wanted to show you again a clip here on Eastern Europe. Our first customer, as usual, is a Panzer F2. He goes for the surrounding or for the flank of the capture zone, but not far enough, and so he gets punished because he has no flanking support, like the entire German damn tech tree. You have the mobility to bring this dub gun to the places where it needs to be. Careful positioning, prioritization of the targets, and again repositioning is the secret to success, I guess. Shooting KV-1s, especially the KV-1B from the Germans or the Russian premium one, is not the easiest thing to do. Yes, it's possible, but he just turned the turret the wrong way, or I aimed at the very wrong thing, but I had to track him. And this is good because this gave one of my team members the chance to kill him. And it's always nice when you remove such a dangerous tank from the battlefield. So, you know, step by step you support your team, they support you. And I think this is just a very nice synergy. It's fun, it's exciting for me. And I just had fun, but it was a bit frustrating to not get the gun on target when an enemy was right in front of me, and that cost me a lot of my lives and a lot of potential even more successful games. It's a bit like with some of the special tanks or with the Katyusha, where you cannot directly fire in front of you at a tank that is just like 100 meters away. And you just have to work with so many tricks, like using the terrain or just then braking, and when the tank whips forwards to pull the trigger when it's on target. Another example is this one. So I heard a German gun firing, and there is the Sturk, and he works over my team and I work over him, and that was again an ammunition explosion. So this is how you play this tank. Careful but aggressive. Very opportunistic, repositioning, knowing your chances, etc, etc. And I think I've bored you enough now with this preview. Remember, stats can vary. That's it from me today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll let you end with this scene here. Don't forget to give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we will see each other on the battlefields of War Thunder.